Hey folks, Nomadic here, hope you are well. So I'm going to be road testing the EcoFlow Delta that I just so happened to pick up from a job that I'm working on. If you watched my video about how I game off-grid on my sailboat, you'll know that I don't have enough power, and it's certainly not enough power to power my famous coffee machine, which this does. So let's see what else it can do.
Now I really wanted to test out this on normal everyday things that people would use. So here's my Sage Barista Express. I have my gaming laptop and an induction hob, so I'm going to cook later with it. But I'm going to talk about portability, usability, and things that would kind of help you out on your journey. Now pressing the middle button will switch it on and it will light up the display. Along with lighting up the display, it will also power on the USB ports. So you got two regular ones, two fast ones, and then two 100 USB-C ports. The small button here will turn on the 4 power plugs, and because we're going to load up the coffee machine, that's what we're going to do. On the display screen of the Delta Pro, you'll notice the numbers start to change. So the top one is for input, now it's not plugged into anything, and the bottom one is for the actual power. Now a coffee machine uses a lot of power, but only for a short time, as you can see here. So I'm going to speed up the footage here, but yeah, we're just doing the grinding part now, and then we're going to put the hot water through so you can see the numbers jumping around as it's using the heat. And then from doing the espresso, I'm going to go on to steaming the milk. The machine has served me very well for 5 years now, which is the Sage Barista Express, and if you're interested in picking one up, there's a link in the description below. So I take this machine with me everywhere, which is why I'm brewing up in a hotel. If you follow the channel, you'll see it on the boat and at home, you'll see it basically everywhere. Which is why it's missing pieces if you've not noticed. Now down to 95%, it held out pretty well, no stuttering or anything.
Okay, so now we've made the coffee. I'm actually going to make dinner now. Alright, first up, let's plug it in. It's powered up, good start. I'm just going to use some oil.
Now there's quite a few different companies that do these, Jackeries, Bluettis, and they all kind of say that they are portable power solutions or power stations. And what they offer are basically a kind of mobile battery, which tends to be a lithium-ion battery. And there's several different ways, including solar, that you can charge these. So you can use it for your camper van, caravan, boats, all different types of places, including like a home backup solution. So they're great for adventurers and nomads like myself.
Okay, so we're on 90%, so that's after the coffee and cooking this. I'll be keeping a rough guide of how long I've been charging and using the laptop for, how many times I've made a coffee, how much I've used the induction hob, and how long I've charged my phone. So I'll put an overview at the end.
It's mostly going to be the TV because this is the one from the stand that I'm working on at the moment. But I'll be charging the phone, the laptop, and cooking on the induction hob each day. I did a quick side test with just a kettle from home. So for all you tea drinkers out there, here we go. So it used 2% in the end.
I'm going to be gaming on my gaming laptop, and the gaming laptop has a USB powered microphone, so it's drawing the power from here. Wireless mic, that's pretty much fully charged. I won't need to charge that now. And I got my phone on charge also, and we're running around 100 watts. So apparently 22 hours. Now I'm going to actually launch the game, so I'm actually just waiting to get into the server. So when I'm actually gaming, it will kick in and we'll check back. The job that I'm doing at the moment with the Itsu and the Lazy Boy chairs, so that's why I've got two vans, because I'm doing two jobs. The only thing that's being powered on those stands are TVs, so it's a 43-inch TV on both of them. And the reason they've done that is because A, the van is mobile and it doesn't really have its own power, and the Garfield one, which is the Lazy Boy chair one, sometimes when you're setting up the stand you're nowhere near a power plug despite being within a cinema. So I'll show you what they look like. But what I didn't expect was the fan noises, so I didn't even think about it when I was window shopping for any of these. And my first hands-on, once I unboxed it, I threw it on charge, and the fan noise was pretty loud. Now there's a setting on the back so you can either charge slowly or fast. When it's fast, it's about this loud on the noise level. So when I plugged it in at, I think it was about 10-11 p.m. at night, it was really loud and I needed it charged for the next day. Now I work a lot of hours, so it wasn't really, I didn't notice that they had a slow one on the back, because otherwise I could have done it. The fan comes on a little bit, but it's more of a whisper rather than a talking volume. Anyway, we're in the game now, and we're running about 170 watts.
Now, just using my laptop in gaming mode along with charging my phone, it would give me about 17 hours of gameplay. Now, you can charge at the same time, so you could put solar.
Why am I interested in something like this? Now, I want to swap my car for a van, and I want to convert it over to like a camper van. And then when I go off sailing, I want to be able to do the kind of like pretty much at-home stuff with the coffee machine and gaming, because you know, they're two of my favourite hobbies, is coffee and gaming. You know, I spend a lot of time by myself, so if I'm at an anchorage, you know, and I had something like this, I could brew up constantly and I could game. So you can charge these via solar, so you can either buy the official solar panels which fold out, which pack away, which would be great, because you could put them maybe in the windscreen of a van where you're camping, or outside if you're just hanging around with the vehicle. But it's kind of portable. Now I say kind of because this does weigh a lot.
Well, my next hotel didn't have a lift, so 45 kilograms or 100 pounds, and up the stairs it went. The carry handles are quite a good distance between each other because they are like shoulder length, which means picking up is kind of safely doing it. Carrying it up the stairs or pulling it in the front cab of both the Mercedes Sprinter van and Ford Custom, although the weight is quite heavy, it's not awkward, if that makes sense.
What I do like about it is the transition between just pulling it down and actually putting wheels up, because it does have decent wheels, and I've run it across regular kind of car park paving with a few pebbles, and it's not tipped over, and it's been pretty well. But you can lift it up with one hand, and then you've got the handle, and the handle is just the same as like a suitcase one, and although it wobbles a little bit, it does feel robust. Now I just give it a little kick.
For the most part, the terrain that I was using this on was car parks, so uneven terrains with little pebbles in it. It held up very well, including little indents and cracks in the pavement. I'd feel quite confident travelling quite far with it, wheeling it around. The clip was filmed on the last day. Now the wheels spin very freely, they're not damaged in any way, they're a little bit dirty, but that's it. The Jackeries and Bluettis do not have wheels on them. The Anker's version of this, which is less powerful, does have wheels on it, so if you are going to be lugging it around, keep that in mind. But yeah, very happy with the stability and performance pulling it around. As I was very mobile with this device and testing the capacity of using it for everyday usage for like TVs and coffee machines and stuff, I kept it in the front. Now it just about fits in a Mercedes Sprinter van and Ford Custom cab at the front. Now, between working my crazy hours, if I could ask you just to like the video, because a lot goes into making these videos, so I'd really appreciate the thumbs up. But back to the video. Now, if I was keeping this in a camper van, I'd quite like to have something like wireless charging just placed on the top just here. My biggest frustration was actually the power cable, so although it's a decent size, if you are moving it around, there's literally nowhere to put the power cable. This is the way I've been putting the cable. But can you see what I mean about having like its own little pocket for the cable?
Alright, so they haven't multiplied. I've got two from two separate jobs, but this one has run pretty low. It's on 7%, so let's see how long it takes to charge up. Alright, so I just plugged it in. It's on the fast mode, the charge mode. Let's find out if it's going to take 2 hours or 1 hour. Let's find out.
The fan noises you heard there, they don't come on very often, but you do definitely notice when they're there. So that was 1 hour and 10 minutes to go 7% to 100%. The charging speed was very good, so if you wanted to set up your rig for stealth camping where you don't have any solar panels, if you didn't want to charge it DC to DC or go through that expense, you could probably just run it into a coffee shop or a service station for like 1 hour or 2 to fully charge it up, and you'd be good for a couple of days. Or if you live in a country which has power outages frequently, or you could use it for subsidizing your energy cost if you put a basic solar setup on, say, a balcony or a flat roof. This way it can charge during the day and then you can use it on the night time for your laptops and TV. Now let's get back to real world usage. So the TV we've been using on the stands is rated F at 50 kilowatts. It's a 43-inch TV. Now I built the stand just after 12 o'clock and the battery is on 50% with 21 hours. 7 hours later, now the guy that I was working with charged his phone for a couple of hours, but let's check it out. We are at 33% or 15 hours. It's the next day, it's around lunchtime now. We switched off the TV about 9:30 last night and it's time to brew up naturally. I told you this thing goes on tour with me. But I'm going to set the camera up right next to it so you can see what the draw is with both the coffee machine and both the TV at the same time. As you can see, it's a very capable machine and you'd be very happy if you did get one.
I just made 2 coffees. It's just on the TV now. I'm just going to charge the phone as well. So we've been checking out the EcoFlow Pro. So it's been running all week, and despite brewing up plenty of times on my Sage Barista Pro, running the TV for several hours, charging phones and everything, I'm still on 12%. So this thing is pretty good.
The screenshot is taken off their website, so this is what they say that it can handle. And I do like it because it's expandable, so over time you can just keep adding to it. I think once I brought the van, I'll probably buy one of these actually. I think it will suit my lifestyle pretty well, so I can use this on the boat in the summer. Spring and autumn I can use it on a camper van, and then wintertime I can use it to help subsidize energy cost. I'll likely get their version of the solar panel as well, just because it folds away quite nicely, so I could put it on the deck of my boat, which is just here. But if you do want to see a video of the boat, I do have some on my channel. But thanks for watching, thanks for being fans.